Welcome back to Supremely Black Podcast. This is your host, D Rose. Now, I have this important video. I want you all to check it out. I'm going to provide my thoughts right after. Tap in.
You cannot be black and proud and niggas too.
Mm,
White folks are planning for 3 generations, and we're planning for Saturday night.
mm.
The goal for us is to win, not to look like we're winning. I would rather carry a plastic bag with $5,000 in it than to carry a $5,000 Louis Vuitton bag with $100 in it. You just looking like you winning. You ain't winning. Louis Vuitton is winning, Nike's winning, Armani is winning, Gucci's winning. It is interesting to me that the rich stay rich by pretending to be poor, and the poor stay poor by pretending to be rich. And if we do not fix this level of financial illiteracy, lots of reasons why we are at the bottom of every single economic statistic that matters.
Welcome back. So, I think that this message lands pretty good, right? There's a few things that I actually agree with him on. There's a few things that I actually don't, right? So, I understand where he's coming from in the angle of people wanting to impress others, going out and buying things that may not be living within their means. Excuse me. So I just kind of find this is very true. Like I was with my homeboys over the weekend. A lot of us got together. We were just talking about different things about investing, knowing when to pivot out of your career, doing different things. Right? If knowing that. Buying a house, right? I haven't bought one myself, but I have a lot of people around me that have purchased homes. And this is way before it became into the trend of wanting to flip a house, invest in things of that nature. Now, if the person or the individual I was speaking with would have waited, you'd have been paying almost triple the price for that, but he was able to take advantage of the market and able to flip the house and then go into not what necessarily considered his dream home, but what was actually sufficient for him and his family at that time. So that's just understanding the importance of, hey, you ain't gonna be able to go out and ball. You're gonna have these people looking at your bank account, trying to see if how the money's coming in, how's it going out, will they approve this loan, things of that nature. So I do understand the importance of live within your means, take care of what's most important. Instead of paying rent somewhere, you can actually be owning the property. And then eventually, if you want to, you can sell it and still have some equity in it and make some bread, right? Now, one thing that I do not agree with is that all black people, and I know he doesn't mean everybody, but from just a general consensus, is that we're all living for the weekend. I can actually say that my circle, the people that I'm around, has really shifted to the mindset that he's actually speaking about. We're not trying to look like we're winning, we're actually trying to be winning, which is where I would argue to the point where I hear people say that a lot, and I would just challenge people to say, look, if that's your people and that's considered your homeboy or homegirl and that's all they living for is a club on the weekend, you doing yourself a huge disservice by still considering them as somebody that you can actually build with. You have to understand that some people you just have to compartmentalize and say, hey, these are my party friends, these are my drinking friends, these are my smoking friends. These people over here are actually trying to win and not trying to look like they're winning, but they really trying to be having something going on out here. And so with me, with that statement, I'm like, I can't really agree with that. I understand where he's going, but that's really circle based. There are some people that truthfully don't care to build anything. Some people are just here for the fun times to get out and kick it, do whatever you do. You have to understand that if you want to elevate, you have to separate from those particular people, right? Another thing that was key that I would also, I don't know if I agree with us being the absolute lowest, because this is of my belief. Now, are we behind the 8 ball in regards to investing? Absolutely. You can see that by when people are dying, and you see that there's GoFundMe's needed. You see that in all type of races, but you will see the difference is that I can speak with a lot of my homeboys or people I grew up with or went to school with. They inherited a lot of different things. I think we're lacking in inheritance, which kind of kills that, because when you think about just from overall profit and jobs, I know a lot of people that are making really good money. I have a handful of people that are 6 figures and up. Some of those people are doing that with 2 people in the household. Both of them are 6 figures and up, or at least one of them is achieving that goal. Some married and some are single. So I do think that from financial perspective, we are doing better in getting the correct compensation. Now, there's still some things that need to be adjusted with that so that we're equal compared to our other counterparts from different cultures, right? But I will say that that's not spoke about enough when we speak about Black people, and just realizing that we were set behind because of, for lack of better terms, the ignorance of our ancestors of not having certain things. There was a gap where there weren't people that were investing or thinking about the next day because it was so hard to make it to the next day. So that set us behind us because we weren't able to inherit a lot. So I think that plays a bigger part. But my question for you all that listen to this video this far is that when you hear messages like this, do you take that as, oh, he preaching? Or do you really take it and say, okay, how does this apply to me in my life? But then also dive a little deeper to say, how does this apply to the people that I'm actually spending time with on the daily or speaking with? Because I think what I took from the video is that even though I'm fortunate enough to know people that are looking to elevate and separate from just being partying all the time and being distracted, is my circle is strong enough to where that I want to be in different circles, different conversations that are really doing different things. So my question for you is that, are you challenged by this video or are you turned off by the message? Let me know in the comments. As always, long live CC. I'm out.